Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 2 games down, 1 to go here at beautiful Hammond Stadium, Legion Field in Gatlinburg. We have been treated to just an otherworldly day of football here. If you haven't been watching 8-Man Extreme all day and you're just tuning in for the first time, you might want to go and rewatch some of the action from today. I'm Theo Fernandez, joined on the call by Blake Biggs. We're bringing you next level game 2, the final game of the day here at the main field. And Blake, you were on the call with me for the Rising Stars game earlier this morning.
Right.
We saw just a crazy fourth quarter, 40 points scored. We saw a heroic performance by the QB of the team who scored touchdowns, interceptions, turnovers, and I thought that would be the craziest thing I saw on the football field. A great game of football.
Yeah, not even close.
Why don't you tell them what we just saw a moment ago?
Yeah, so I forgot the amount that was come back on.
30-7.
Yeah, it was 30-7, and ended up, final score ended up being, 37-30. I forget, the Stripes made a comeback. And
so Stars versus Stripes, the Stars were in full control of this game. You had the Evangel coaching staff. You had a team that was dominating in every regard. And then, it just started slow. It started with a safety, making it 30-9. It was a 21-point game starting in the fourth quarter, and the Stripes just started to chip their way back into the game. Touchdown. They got an interception, huge return, leading to another touchdown. The Stripes fought back to make it a one-score game, had to get a stop defensively, and fourth down, they get the stop, 1:15 to go, no timeouts. They march 70 yards down the field and get in the end zone with 3.5 seconds to play. They were down 6, kick the game-winning PAT, got a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff, fumble return for good measure, but
yeah,
just one of the craziest results I've ever seen. And if this game can be half as fun as that, I think we'd all be pretty happy, right?
Yeah, no, it looked like, the game was starting to get away from everybody right then and there. But, man, somehow, some way they pulled it off. And what a catch in that back corner of the end zone, man. He put that on a rope. And I forgot the name of the Georgia Forces quarterback, but that young man needs to play at the next level.
Yes, he is a Saturday player. Georgia, just an otherworldly performance. You've seen some big comebacks. That's nothing new, but that was crazy. But now we have some more All-Americans. We have some more incredibly talented football players. So it'll once again be the Stars versus Stripes format here, Game 3. We cannot be more excited to be bringing you the game. It's light out right now. It'll be dark really soon as the Stripes kick it away. It'll be the Stars starting up with the ball. And we've got initial return. And
upended.
Yeah, that's a little tumble. Brody Kusick, the Arendelle Parrott player there on the return, gets upended.
Yeah, and great great physical play right there on the kickoff, really setting a tone for this defense that is trotting out on the field. Several highly touted players from several highly touted teams trying to show out for their brand, for their school.
Kusick started out his season with Arendelle Parrott right here on this field where they defeated Evangel in a very fun game. Now he gets to end it here. Now, that's a high snap, and apologies, I had the player wrong. That's Gentry McMinn, John Paul Catholic.
And Gentry McMinn, I believe he's a 1 or 2 time Extreme Player of the Week.
Really?
Yeah, so that's something that 8-Man Extreme has a committee for. Former players are on that, and he was chosen, I believe. I know once he was. He's put up some dominant performances in the past, especially against the tough North Carolina schedule that he has to play. And of course, that's a North Carolina backfield right now with 2 guys from Arendelle Parrott and a JP2 guy. So
Going to be second and long. Christopher Stimson, the QB, is going to pitch it to his teammate. Like you said, the Arundel Parrot, Braxton Lofton Myers, the running back, but it's not going to go for very far, and we've got a 3rd and long on hand on this opening drive.
Yeah, and great physical run right there. Tries to get outside, but the defense, just swarms the ball right there. A lot of I'm seeing on the field a lot of River Oaks guys, a lot of MAIS, a little bit of AISA, a lot of Freedom guys, Russell and Cornerstone Rainsville. So good mixture of every conference being represented here today.
Yeah, guys came from all over. We've called guys from, all over, far away as Kansas City, but here's the 3rd down pass. Stimson has a wide open receiver. I believe that hit the ground intended for Ben Barrett. And that's an Arundel Parrot to Arundel Parrot connection, just a little underthrown, and there was no defender even in the same area code.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the play. We're gonna look at the play right here. Play action, had his man wide open on that out route. Looked like it was gonna be a little bit of arrows cross concept right there, but just could not get it pulled down.
That's one they're gonna want back for now. It will be a punt. Arundel Parrot very heavily represented, especially on this offense, and there's a very high, very short kick that takes a favorable bounce that salvages it a little bit. There is a flag, though, not quite sure what the call is, but the Stars, for the time being, should be set to take over as the Stripes head off the field. Or
sideline warning against the Stripes.
just a sideline warning against the Stripes. Not quite sure what that was, but the Stripes offense set to get things underway. There are a lot of names that will be very familiar to people who followed 8-Man Extreme. Eli Carr, Freedom Cowboy, is one of them, a guy who has done a lot of really good things in his time in his career. Interviewed him at Media Day a few months back. Here's the snap, and almost
Close
drew him
one right
offside,
there.
yeah. So the handoff is going to go to John David Green, River Oaks running back, who's going to get stuffed. QB right now back there is Colton Frapp from Russell Christian Academy, the RCA Warriors. I got to call John David Green back last year in Florida. River Oaks making their debut on the 8-Man Extreme Network last year, and they played a really fun game. That's a very good program that's been trending in the right direction. So now Frapp, they keep nearly getting the guy to bite. Actually, this is Ethan Musser, Tennessee Tigers, rather,
Tennessee
on
Tigers,
the run.
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm getting my teams mixed up.
Yeah, solid
here.
run right there by Musser. Just takes it up the middle and takes it for a solid gain. Nothing crazy. O-line just opened it up for him. And I don't know if you know anything about the teams being represented on the O-line, but Freedom, Ben's Ford, in real life are known for having some big boys.
Great to know there. And here's the run to John David Green, who initiates contact, breaks it, and this will be 4th and very, very short. Offense will stay out.
And decision time. Looks like it's going to be a 4th and short situation. And, you're on your own side of the field, or excuse me, your opponent's side of the field. Looks like they are going to go for it in tight.
4th and 2 officially. Kind of in no man's land. I like the decision. Let's see what they can generate. Frapp under center. Takes it, runs with it. Does he have the angle? Yes, he does. First down and about 2 more yards to move the chains.
Yeah, and that quarterback knows a thing or two about winning. A state champion this year at Real Life Christian Academy. One of the best quarterbacks in Florida this past year. And he leads his team to a first down and keeps this drive alive.
You're getting a lot of substitution rotation early on in this one. It's going to be Musser under center now. Takes the snap. Quick screen out. And they've got some room. That one goes to, I believe that's Torrance Cooks of River Oaks. We had 2 players with the number 2. Yeah, that is River Oaks.
Yeah, and solid pitch and catch right there. You know, just takes a short route and doesn't make any crazy moves. Just moves upfield and gets a good gain.
All right, set up second and manageable, about 4 yards. Frapp with John David Green in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, and pick up maybe a yard or 2, bringing up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Frapp right there, you know, on the read option. That's kind of his bread and butter, so to say. He's a very tall, but very mobile and shifty quarterback, believe it or not, given his size. But don't let it fool you. He can air it out as well.
So it's funny. Mostly we've seen teams alternate drive for drive on quarterbacks. But early on, the Stripes are doing it play-by-play. So we've seen Frapp and Musser basically, or Muser, I'm now
Musser.
You see some, Mike?
It's timeout, yeah.
Our coaches scheduled that wrong. Anyway, we'll step aside for a minute, bringing the rest of this drive momentarily. You see, I thought it was Musser. We're back as a big 3rd down. One of the first opportunities of the game for some offense inside of the 35-yard line. See Musser under center with John David Green. He's going to give to David Green, who has some room to maneuver. A lot of green grass, a lot of push in the pile inside the 20. Took about 5 defenders to take him to the ground. There's a big first down. Put him firmly in field goal range.
Yeah, no, solid run right there. You know, nothing crazy. Just a little dive play right there, 22 dive. Gets upfield, and they're set up really pretty right now, and they're going to roll with Musser.
Musser, a very capable quarterback on Tennessee Tigers team, and there's the run to John David Green. Right now it's the ground game really being established as Frapp runs into the game. And hey, when your offense is rolling like this, why not switch the QBs like that, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this might be their game plan because Frapp is a very good, not only mobile quarterback, so if he needs to get out the pocket, he can, but he can also gun this ball into tight windows if he needs to.
Frapp is going to keep it himself and running into a bunch of defenders, spinning through him. That was a productive 3-yard gain. That'll set up 3rd and short. Waiting on the official spot, but I believe it should be 3rd and about 2 from the 10-yard line.
Burden on the carry. That's good for
No, they're giving it to him. 1st and goal. Said he advanced to the 8. Not like it letting him play through, so we have our first real touchdown opportunity here. Just yards away from the pylon, and it's going to be Musser back into the game for the Stripes. Snap. Taking it himself. Bounces off one. Going through. That ball's out. That ball's on the ground. Who fell on it? There's a fight for the football. 2 players were in there.
Looks like White's got it.
And White does have it. Who is that at the bottom of the pile?
Man.
That is going to be Elijah Bailey, a Southern Christian Patriot, there on the football. And what a swing. Actually, Nathaniel Reese, apologies, Augusta Eagle. What a swing.
Man, you hate to see it after a drive like that where you're milking the clock, you know, burning time very well. And, you know, you just put the ball on the ground and you leave it, you cough it up. And you hate to see it, but we're going to see what this defense is capable of. They already had a first drive stop. We'll see what they do against this Arundel Parrott wide receiving core and quarterback, along with East Central and JP2.
Snap. There's a throw to big number 41, Tanner Outlaw. And there's a heavy Arundel Parrott presence as he's another Arundel Parrott player. Going to see a lot of that today.
And Randall Parrott likes to run things kind of tight, so to see these Randall Parrott guys kind of go out wide is a little new for a lot of viewers.
Now here's the snap. It's going to be a run for number 11, Krishawn Williams. We apologize. Colton Frapp has not been the quarterback for the Stripes. It's been Caleb Bird and Real Life Christian, which I think that's what you're alluding to when you talked about state champion.
Yeah.
So mixed it up. Hard to read the helmets from down here when we have players with the same numbers. But if you guys are in the comment section and you notice us getting a player wrong, please do let us know. Appreciate you guys for helping us get this right, bringing you guys the best broadcast possible here. So now a 3rd and long. There's a deep shot. Can they track it down? Just a little too much mustard on that one. Intended for Micah Smith, the East Central Patriot. And for the second straight time, the punt team is headed out onto the field.
Yeah, and like I said, this red team's defense, they're holding pretty strong. They held them pretty close on the first drive, not really giving much, forcing the ball in the backfield, and they were able to do it again. We'll see if this offense for Red can get the job done this time and not cough up the ball.
It's Braden Jenkins, a East Central Patriot punter, and this one goes a little better than his first one did. Maybe down at around the 49, and it's not a bad punt, all things considered. So 2 drives for the Stripes, unable to really generate offense, but 0-0 game, and if you can get another stop, would really establish this as a defensive showdown. But we saw this team do some good things offensively.
Yeah, they really
Stripes.
were just grinding out this white team's defense and just moving the ball almost at will. Very little negative plays, and if there were negative plays, they rebounded fairly quick. So we'll see what the defense can do to wreak havoc on it, as there is a false start, looks
You
like.
see, that was number 57, Chase Joyner, and that is, I'm going to be honest, the 4th time I've seen him jump.
Yeah, he's been pulling that.
Gotten away a couple times, and no, he was baited off, apparently. Yeah, wow. So it is a false start, which I don't think I've ever seen more penalties in a quarter than the 3rd quarter of that last game we called. It was wild, but hopefully we get a clean game here. So we've got a flag in the backfield, of course, as I say that, and this pass will hit the dirt. Nobody home there, so again, that is Caleb Burden back at QB for the Stripes. Waiting on the call. It should be an offensive holding. And, yes, that is the call. Bringing up first and a very, very long distance, unless they decline it. Now they will wisely take the penalty. And we have had some just absurd downs and distances today. Nothing will top the quite literal 3rd and 49 that we had in the last game, which was absurd.
That's insane, yeah.
But this will be first and about 24, making life difficult with Musser back in at QB. John David Green next to him in the backfield. 3 receivers on your screen. Snap, give to John David Green, and picks up where he left off. A solid run. Picks up about 7 yards.
Yeah, and solid run right there. I know it's only first down, and, you got a lot to go for these next few downs. But, I mean, solid run. Even those 7-yard runs can help you chip away and, eventually help you convert on these long conversions, on these long drives that, kind of were killed by the penalties. But just chip away, chip away.
So Burden with John David Green next to him again. Then this one will be in offsides.
Yeah, he was bound to have that pulled against him. He's probably done that a couple times.
Yeah, Chase Joyner Snook Christian Academies. Hey, everyone wants to jump it perfectly, but that will be a neutral zone infraction. So we hit the 6-minute mark of this first quarter. Handoff goes to John David Green, and John David Green is having himself a day. We've turned 1st and 24 with the run and the penalty into about 2nd and 2 yards.
Yeah, real solid run right there by the River Oaks Mustang product, John David Green. Another state champion that is in that backfield for these Stars.
Hey, River Oaks, when they're not involved in a recruiting scandal, has proved to be a very, very capable football team. And, you know, it's a blessing that they were able to make it down to Florida 2 years ago, because that's really spurned the involvement of a lot of their players in so many more of the 8-man extreme events. As we have a first down and 10 minutes into this game. It's going to be Musser under center in the gun. Snap, screen. And how about that? He breaks it. This is going to be a big gain. He could go all the way. He's brought down inside the 10. Pass goes to Andrew Cole of RCA.
Yeah, solid play right there, as we see. Takes the snap. Looks like a little wide receiver screen that was supposed to go out. He was supposed to sit under, but the defense played up on him and somehow escaped 3 defenders right there. Solid run.
Snap burden. Handoff to John David Green, who's going to push the pile and finally be brought down. So we've talked about Colton Frapp. He's now out on the field as the other number 3. If you get confused, he is the white helmet, and we saw him in at receiver. So 2 number 3s sharing the field. Want to make things as easier for all our viewers to follow. 2nd and goal from the 5. Shotgun snap. And he will immediately take it, and there's a touchdown. 6 points. Caleb Burden does it himself and gets the scoring underway here.
Yeah, solid run right there by Caleb Burden. He uses his tall, lanky frame, you know, to power into the end zone right there. Follows his blocks very well on the direct QB snap, and cashed in for 6. Solid work.
So 2 very solid offensive drives for the Stripes. First one was disrupted, thrown off by the lost fumble inside the 10. And there would be no such luck for the Stars defense this time around. Now, this very successful run offense will go for 2, where they should have some success. And I almost wonder why you decide to even put it in the air there, intended for Noah McMahon.
Yeah, he just high-pointed that ball right there.
Real-life Christian Academy. And when you're having that much success running the ball, I'd do it on the 2-point conversion. So it is 6-0, the score. 3:45 to play in this first quarter. Blake, we've seen 2 Stars offensive drives and not much to speak of. What are you seeing from those possessions?
From the Stars?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been – I mean, really just the run and the setup has just not worked out. Like the play calling, I'm not saying it's weak. It just hadn't been there, right? They're really not taking what the defense is giving them, and that's resulted in them, you know, stalling out on offense and just not yielding any time of possession at all because, I mean, the Stripes have just milked this clock down. And this game has felt like it's gone quick because they've kept the ball in bounds, they've ran it, and they've got this clock low. Maybe the Stars have had the ball for 2 minutes or less. I'm not sure the actual statistic, but it hadn't been for a while. So
it has not been. Here's the Stripes kickoff. It'll be fielded. Oh, almost bobbled on the catch. Some room for a return, and it'll be a good one to the 36-yard line. Ben Barrett of Arundel Parrott fielding that one.
Yeah, solid return right there by Ben Barrett. Hopefully, he helps his offense out by putting him in good field positioning right here. And, hopefully they put something together, string along a few plays, and, exploit the holes in the defense and get some yardage, man. They need it.
So back here for this offense is two backs out of the I form. It's going to be Stimson once again at QB. And taking, going to hand it off to the tailback. I believe that was Gentry McMinn.
Yes.
No, this was Sean Williams, actually, of John Paul Catholic, who got that one with McMinn blocking.
Yeah, Krishawn Williams again. He's won Extreme Player of the Week one or two times. I know at least once. Very solid performances from him. I believe he scored 6 touchdowns in a game one time in conference.
Yeah, that'll get you some recognition for sure. And we're going to stay in this very heavy set. As here's the pitch to Krishawn, and he's got some room to go as flags are thrown. Both refs threw it together, and Krishawn Williams is going to go down out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be 22 on the offense.
Yeah, both refs threw it at the exact same time. And actually, yeah, that definitely is 22. We don't have a 22 on our roster. We'll try to figure out who that is for you guys. But, hey, we've had very consistent rosters, not many problems, but once in a while we'll get a player who just isn't listed. So sometimes you get last-minute jersey changes and try to figure out who that player was so we can get his name right down the stretch.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go.
And they're going right back to the heavy. Yeah, had success with the last play, but now it's a little harder with 2nd and long. Snap, fake, pitch, and the give to McMinn, who picks up about 4.
Yeah, I like that right there. They're going back to their bread and butter again. A lot of these North Carolina teams like to run the eye, have a have a fullback, old style football. I love the fake pitch and fullback belly dive right there. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and then the problem just becomes if you're going to play football like that, you just cannot afford that holding penalty. It's something that just sets you back so much when you're trying to run the football, which is something that I think they've shown they can do. Just continuing to go heavy with just one receiver split out wide. And McMinn and Williams in the backfield, fumble on the snap. And Williams fumbles it himself. Once this ball picked up by the stripes, no, they were able to fall on it, but that ball was knocked out. And just one of the problems you'll run into in a game like this, you've got an offensive line that's playing together for the first time. You're handing it off to a guy in Williams who you haven't played with the whole year, so there are bound to be some issues in that regard. And the result of that is Jerkins going out for his 3rd punt of the game. This one is high. It is short, but it takes a good bounce. Still going, and it'll die around the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's solid punt right there. That puts them in a lot better position defensively to hopefully try and stop this offense.
So now you haven't had a lot to write home about defensively if you are the Stars, minus, being able to fall on that one fumble. You could very well be down 2 scores already, so this will be really, I think this will tell us a lot about how the rest of the game will go, this drive here. Minute 12 to play. QB keeper for Musser, and 3 defenders bring him down, spearheaded by Nathaniel Reese.
Yeah, not much going right there. They keep trying the QB run, and too much avail. They got to make an adjustment. It hadn't really worked recently. Let's see if they air this ball out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a deep shot, you know. Very talented Stripes roster.
Well, both teams have two good quarterbacks that can air the ball out.
And when I'm waiting, you got a very, very talented receiver in Graham Russell who has not seen the ball yet, but he is
he's
a
a great
phenomenal
player,
football player. And he was just out there for one of his first plays, number 9. If you keep an eye on him, the Tennessee Tiger who transferred in from the Heat. Saw Andrew Cole get a big reception earlier. I mean, there's some talent in this receiving corps.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they utilize it. lot of talent in the run game too. Don't get me twisted. Green's been great today. He's been consistent, but you know, I would love to get, you know, some of these receivers involved, maybe some film too.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player, and this is my first time seeing him play since last year. And last November, he was the number 2 back on our River Oaks team, and he still rushed for about 3 touchdowns in the national semifinal game. And he's just really coming to his own as the feature back this year. There's the deep ball that you were looking for, and it's picked off. How about it? Nathaniel Reese makes the play, and he has some room to go, bumbling into the inside the 45, down at the 43. Nathaniel Reese looking like the defensive MVP early on.
Yeah, no, Nathaniel Reese, that's a great play right there by the Augusta Eagle. You know, that's something Augusta Eagle loves to harp on is defense, 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 defense. And what do you know? An Augusta Eagle makes a play during the All-American Bowl, you know.
That ball was just a little underthrown, and there were 2 defenders in the area. Reese was able to step up, make the play. So right back at it, going heavy once again, and starting in your opponent's territory is probably the time to do it. Here's the run to Krishawn Williams, who gets about 2 yards, but I believe this will come back due to an offensive hold. And it's been a bit of the story of the game thus far for this Stars team. Good running, just offset and negated by penalties and just sloppiness. You had a fumble. Like, it's overall doing some pretty solid things offensively and just being crippled by these big detrimental mistakes.
Yeah, and I fully understand wanting to, you know, run ground and pound and, you know, run the ball down the other team's throat. But, you know, even then, you can still line up in this tight formation. And if you have problems with the offensive line, all you need is a couple dink and dunk plays. If you think about what holding is, it's, you know, the offensive lineman holding on to the defensive lineman too long. Well, if you get the ball out quickly, there's no hold. There's no potential for holding. So I definitely do think, and they're going to line up super wide right here. I think they're going to try and get this ball more spaced out.
12 seconds and counting on the clock. This may be the final play of the quarter, and Krishawn Williams is going to take it back on the ground, and this one will be one of his better runs of the day. So end of the first quarter will be set up for second and about 6 yards. 6-0, Stripes leading. Defensive showdown early. We'll be back with the second quarter in a couple minutes. Welcome back. Second quarter, first play is a give to McMinn. who will be stopped after a couple. So we're going to be set up for a 3rd and 4. The Stripes defense has, all things considered, done a solid job of dealing with this constant run game. You look, Jacob Horvath, Freedom Cowboy, nose tackle in the middle, has done a good job filling holes and just in general being, a presence, not, being beat by the interior guards.
Majority of the runs against him have been in the B gap, outside the nose guard.
Third
system.
down, they had to fake it. Tuck, that ball is out. And that is a rough one for the Stars. You see, Christopher Stimson was back looking for something, and this will bring out the punt team. You saw him try to get the ball out quick, realized the defense was coming, tucked it, and then they were fortunate to recover that fumble. So for the 4th time in 16 minutes of game time,
another punt.
This kick is off, and this one takes a very good roll. And the Stripes are going to have their worst field position yet at the 12-yard line. It's downed by number 7, Lofton Myers.
Yeah, solid punt right there. Got a favorable bounce, but still nonetheless, when you're going opposite of your 50-yard line and you nail it inside the 15, pretty good punt.
I would agree with that. Now, with a long way to go, and it's actually going to be the 17. No, it's the 12. I was correct. I don't know why I doubted my counting abilities. So it will be Musser back at QB. Pre-snap motion. Takes the snap. Fake jet sweep. Give to John David Green. And John David Green goes forward. Finally brought down by Tristan House. First down and more, about a 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, solid run right there by John David Green, and solid tackle right there by House as well. Just wraps him up, just kind of limits the damage right there.
So with that first down, the Stripes are going to go back to Burden at QB as these two continue to run what's been a relatively effective transition. Obviously, the ground game has been the main focal point early on. And again, run that to John David Green, and it is so hard to bring this guy down. I don't know. I think there's only been one time this game I can remember where defenders made the one-on-one tackle. It just keeps taking a host of 3-4, guys swarming to him to stop him. And that was a run that really shouldn't have amounted to much that turns into a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, I do love the call right there. Fake motion belly right there. His line opened up a good hole for him, and, David Green got through, and, it took a host of defenders to bring him down.
Burden going to keep it himself. Burden running through, and he'll be picked up or brought down by the Stars. That's James Stott, another Arendelle Parrott member, making the tackle, and this will become 3rd down and about 6 yards, maybe 5.
The defense just sniffed that one right there. They were hungry to get in the backfield, and just nothing going for the real-life product.
So back in the game is Musser for this 3rd down. I think this would be a passing situation. And it will indeed be one. Throwing this ball up high, and what a catch!
My.
Intended and caught by Sailor Powell. What a snag.
Yeah, let's watch the replay on this. As he takes the snap, he goes. Looks like he's going to run like a little corner route right there, slow down. And, oh, my gosh, what a catch. Wow, that might be the best catch we've seen tonight or today.
Sailor Powell of David Emmanuel Christian. Huge 3rd down reception to keep the drive going. Love the name, too, Sailor. It's cool. So back in the game is Burden. Caleb Burden going to throw that screen out there to, the other number 3, Colton Frapp.
And about 7.
3-3, and now Musser comes into the game for Burden.
Yeah, let's see if they go back to the well right here with Musser airing it out.
I certainly would.
Second and 6 or 5. We'll see. We'll see if they try to air this out as they put a guy wide left.
Drive that started on the 12-yard line is now into opposing territory. From the gun, handoff, John David Green. The Stars were ready for that. A host of defenders just stop his progress. So no change. Actually, they're going to lose about a yard, making it 3rd and 8. Yeah, seeing some confusion in the comments. So the stripes are the red jersey, and the Stars are wearing white. 6-0 game. Out of the gun. Burden sees the blitz, looking for something, stepping up, staying on his feet, and finally gets tripped up. And that was Ward Howdy from John Paul Catholic making the stop and bringing up 4th down. Howdy.
Yeah, Howdy. Love that name. He got in the backfield and said howdy to the quarterback right there. So see the replay. Yeah, just grabbed him by the legs and assisted on the tackle. Great work by the defensive line to really contain, such a mobile quarterback. I mean, Real Life's quarterback has been able all year to just run around and just reverse field in the pocket whenever it collapses and make something out of nothing, and they prevented that.
It's a line drive punt that takes an incredible roll, and stepping up and making the return for the Stars, gets a block on his feet. Big return for Nathaniel Reese. Probably my early MVP pick, although obviously this game is very young, but Nathaniel Reese is having himself a day.
Yeah, Nathaniel Reese, earlier, like we said, he had a pick, and now he's got a solid kick return to add to his night. So not a bad showing so far. I don't know, that one-handed catch, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Which I will say, I noticed on the very next play when he went out wide to the left, they brought over safety help. So, yeah, definitely making an impact so far.
Stars offense, back at it. Stimson, quick throw out to his high school teammate. That is Tanner Outlaw, who dropped one earlier, hauls this one in for about 5 yards.
Yeah, solid.
Forced out of bounds.
Yeah, saw a little curl route right there, and gets it for a good, 4 or 5 yards, maybe even 6. Nothing crazy. Just a little dink and dunk, like I said, they needed to do earlier to avoid the holding penalties.
We thank all 233 people that are tuned in. Hope you guys are enjoying this broadcast. Stimson in the gun. He will give that to McMinn, and McMinn fighting for yardage, but brought down. Primary tackle made by James Poland of River Oaks. He'll bring up 3rd and about 1 yard in what I would imagine is 4-down territory.
Yeah, really solid run right now, and, you're at a 3rd and short situation right here. I would not be surprised if they go back to Krishan right here, but also I would, again, like you said, 4-down territory. I would love to see a little play action and send a guy down the sideline.
Now out of the I form with 2 backs. Stimson, 3rd and 1. Gives to the halfback, and it's going to be a big run. I believe that was Krishan Williams. Yes, it was, and he is finally stopped by Brandon Earls, who that was a very productive, just needed the 1 yard, ended up with about 8.
Yeah, no, it's going to take a host of All-Americans to take down Krishan Williams. He's not a very easy running back to tackle, and if you doubt that, just ask anybody in North Carolina.
I'll tell you, between Williams, McMinn, and then John David Green on the Stripes side, there are some good backs in this game. Stimson out of the gun. They'll keep it in the air. He's going to loft this one, and some movement, trying to make something happen. Ben Barrett, the Rendell Parrott connection, staying alive, and he's brought down by a couple Stripes defenders as we hit the 7-minute mark in the half. Stars closing in on what would be their first points. This is the deepest into enemy territory they've gotten.
Yeah.
It'll be second in about 5.
It would not surprise me right here if they go back to the air game, but also they have ran the rock with a lot of success today. So
They haven't. McMinn back there to expect him to go back to that. Stimson staying alive on the run. There's a rocket to Barrett, who gets out of bounds for the first down. Stimson faced pressure, survived it, and just delivered a strike.
yeah, as we see on the replay right here, he was seconds away from getting sacked as he takes the snap, rolls back away, and just got lucky as he had a couple hosts of defenders come towards him. He wanted to run it. I could see it in his tendencies when he was carrying the ball, but he dumped it off, and that was the right decision right there. So solid pass.
Yeah, and really good poise, so, not get too panicked. So we've got that two-back look again, except instead of Williams, have a different back. That's Lofton Myers back in the game, and Lofton Myers is who's going to get it. Will be forced down, and that'll be Tucker Sides bringing him down, the Springwood product.
Yeah, and, right there, that's the QB to that's the Rendell Parrott connection right there on the handoff. A lot of North Carolina guys on this side of the ball who very physical. People don't think of North Carolina as a, very physical brand of football, but believe it or not, they are, and they show it right there. Physical run, gets a solid chunk of yards.
Down under 5.5 to play. Stimson with Williams behind him. Thinks about giving now. He's going to loft this one up. He's got Barrett wide open. End zone corner route works to perfection. We have a tied ball game.
Yeah, and there's the Rendell Parrott to Rendell Parrott connection right there. That that connection literally won them a championship, as we see the bowling celebration.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. I love that.
You
Awesome.
just look at the Rendell Parrott influence everywhere. We've had obviously Stimson playing QB. We've had Lofton Myers. We've had Barrett. We've had Tanner Outlaw getting involved in the offense. So outside of, I guess, McMinn and Krishawn Williams.
And that back shoulder throw right there was just beautiful. That was a thing of beauty.
So the PAT was deflected. We just saw 52 Tucker Sides get a hand on it, block the PAT, and that is
We're tied at 6.
big at the moment because it keeps the game tied. So after some really rough offense from the Stars, 4 punts and 4 drives, they were able to flip the script and march down the field for a touchdown. What do you think changed here?
Man, like I said, they had some discipline. They had to come into Jesus meeting with the line because, those holding penalties were killing them, and especially if you run a tight I-form under center formation like that, you really can't, you really can't with any formation have holding penalties, really. But, especially in something that doesn't involve a lot of space. In a formation like that, you really can't afford. That's a drive killer 99% of the time. They went to the short little outpost, dink and dunk plays right there, short pass, nothing crazy, just simple passing concepts, and they just ran the ball. They took what the defense gave them, and we're all tied up because of it. So
this is in a day filled with very long football games. This first half really is moving along nicely with both teams content to keep it on the ground. Under an hour of play time so far. Here's the kickoff. Going to roll and not be fielded cleanly, but now Stripes trying to get something up the middle, and that was a very solid return by Sailor Powell, who nearly broke something and got tripped up.
Yes,
Didn't see who it was on
we
the
see the
play.
replay right here. Solid return right there off the hop. Fields it, cuts inside. Looks like he's going to get past that second level and just gets tackled by the shoestrings. So, solid return nonetheless. Just got a little bit unlucky.
So the Stripes offense back at it. Snap, handoff. Some room to run here for the Stripes. And ball was given to Colby Harrison, his first touch of the game from Cornerstone Christian, brought down by Caleb Causey of the Geneva Knights.
Yeah, and solid outside run right here, just follows his blocks perfectly. Great block by the wide receiver, who we said earlier made that amazing one-handed catch. You know, multifaceted guy. He can catch, he can block. Real weapon to have on offense if you're a coach.
Absolutely. So Burton now is going to hand the ball off, and another solid run by Harrison. Did just enough to move the chains, and with under 4.5, the clock will stop. Little classic 4-minute drill opportunity for the Stripes to pull ahead going into halftime as Burton comes into the game. So we haven't seen John David Green in this drive as they're giving Harrison a little opportunity to get reps. Everyone gets a chance to play in these games, and Burton's going to take it himself for about 4 yards before being brought down by a couple people in the front 7.
Yeah, solid run right there. I honestly think they want to take this to the half, score right before the half, and take this clock down as close to 0 as you can, without running out of time before scoring, of course. So solid run that runs the clock down a little bit and gives you a second and manageable situation at your own 50-ish yard line.
Yeah, so we've got Musser back in for the Stripes as they continue to just rotate QBs on a play-by-play basis, which is a fun little change over what we've seen most programs do. And Musser takes the snap. There was the screen. It was low. It was corralled, though, by Graham Russell, the star Tennessee Tigers receiver, who is a guy who we can expect to get the ball a lot today, I would say.
Yeah, no, Graham Russell, been a little bit quiet today outside of that. I would 100% expect him to go wide like they're trying to do right now on one-on-one coverage and just send him deep and let him work.
There are not many cornerbacks at this level who can guard him one-on-one as John David Green back into the game and picking up right where he left off. Gets the first down, was pulled down by Chase Joyner, but does enough for the first down as we approach 2.5 to play.
Yeah, as we see this replay right here, watch the way John David breaks down right there. Jukes in. That's a college level cut right there by JDG.
JDG, I like that. And he gets it again, and JDG is
not afraid of contact. Wow.
Actually was embracing the contact,
yeah.
But so is the defender. William Stinson is there defensively to force him out of bounds. Stop him, we have forgotten to stop the clock, so it will continue to tick.
Yeah, I was telling James this, that players from the MAIS are going to be the most physical at the All-American game. They always are. It's a very physical league. And when you bring a couple of them in, you're going to get a very physical brand of football as, displayed right there on that, solid 2-yard run.
So it's Musser back into the game with his receiver, Graham Russell. Out on an island to the left side. Will he look there? Will they keep it on the ground? 90 seconds to play. Oh, Musser gets hit. That ball is going to land out of bounds, and Musser wanted a late hit called, and I think he had a pretty valid.
He had a pretty good
Let's take a look
case.
at the replay. I'm not one to shy away from contact. That was a hard hit. Let's see.
Well, he was upset about the extra drag down right there.
Oh. So this will turn things into a 3rd and 10. A drive that was moving so well for this team is starting to stall out. And actually 4th and 10, that was 3rd down. So it's going to be Burden with John David Green in the backfield. And this is a big play because if you fail, you give the Stars an opportunity to pull ahead. Could be a big swing before halftime. Snap. Tried to get him with the hard count. Now he'll snap it. Burden going to take it himself. Does he have the numbers? No, he does not. And the tackle was made by Stars number 14, Nathan Whiting, but we have a flag, and Stars got to hope this wasn't after the play. It was. Will that give them the first down? I believe it will.
Looks like it'd still be third down if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so I thought it was third down. They put up the fourth down marker. I believe that was just a mistake by the chain gang, but
or actually it will
regardless,
be a first down.
the penalty will give them 15 yards in the first down. We saw a lot of extracurricular activity last game, you know, to the point where it got kind of excessive. This is the first one we've seen today, but it's a big one. Big swing that gives the Stripes a golden opportunity inside the 30. Musser with Green next to him in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it right to Green, who evades the first tackle. Green is moving and will be brought down by Brody Kusick, but completely just shook off that first defender. We're now down to a minute to play in this one, and I'm not really sure what their field goal situation is, if it's something that they're interested in attempting. We saw a 45-yarder get drained last game. Incredible. Most teams obviously do not have that kind of range. So you're looking for a shot here maybe. Instead, they'll just give to Green, who is going to be tackled. Gain of just 2 yards. I believe that was number 15, Jagger Scott, on the tackle. So you got third and long. You got a running clock. Nobody really seems all that inclined to stop it. You're too far in opponent territory to just let this clock run out, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, honestly, they're trying to run this clock out and trot out their field goal kicker, or, yeah, this is what they're going to do.
So
they're called timeout.
Time called with 14 seconds to play.
Timeout on the field.
Will we see a field goal attempt? Maybe we'll try an end zone shot and then a field goal attempt? You got the 2 downs to work with.
Yeah.
What would your strategy be here?
Honestly, I'd run it up a timer because I believe they have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah. Or
Run
that
it
was
2
their
times.
first right there.
Yeah, run it 2 times. Stop the clock. I mean, 13 seconds. I mean, that's manageable if you do it right.
Well, third down, so you realistically probably take 1 to get it up the
True.
middle.
Yeah. Yeah, true. It is third down. Yeah, and they are kind of on that right hash. They may run kind of sweep left side to line up the kicker better up the middle. So.
And if Green can pick up, I'd almost even just direct snap it to him, right? If he can pick up like 4 or 5 yards, get up the middle, that would be a pretty good result. And it'll be Burden out there at QB, a guy who can run it very, very well. Seems like a little bit of confusion. Got 2 tight ends out there, so heavy set. Burden is actually back to pass, and he's got an open guy in the flat. There's a big, big chunk play. That pass is completed to number 24, John David Green, who we thought he'd get it on the handoff. Instead, he gets it in the air. So 5.8 seconds left. They call a timeout, and they clock, or I guess they didn't clock it, but they.
Oh, looks like the defense had 12 men on the field. So they're going to call it on the defense. So
and that might change things here. So we're going to see what they do with the time, right? You, in theory, should have someone who can probably kick this field goal. But you're also at a point where you can take a really good end zone shot. So decision to be made. The offense is staying out there. 1.7 to play. Final play of the half.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the throat right here.
Biggest play of the game thus far for the Stars defense. Snap. Burden looking. Lofts it up. It's picked off. It is picked off. He's got real estate. It's 51. Thomas Long. Can he get it? He's running. Tiptoeing the sideline. Forced out of bounds by Dylan Spears. But, man, that was an exhilarating return.
Yeah.
You could have taken the 3. You try to be bold, go for 6, and walk away with nothing. So we've got a 10-minute timer starting. Heading into half, we'll, I believe, see the cheer team go out. We'll keep that on for you guys. And for now, we'll throw it a break and bring in the second half of what has been a very close football game.
We will let you watch the cheerleaders perform here at halftime. And after that, we will go to break. So enjoy this performance from these All-American cheerleaders.
Let's hear it for your cheer squad!
All right, we will go to break now and hear a word from the Wounded Warrior Project, who is a sponsor of the All-American Bowl here in Gatlinburg. And we'll be right back.
be there.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Test, 1, 2, 1,
Check
2.
on 3. Check
How's
on
the
3.
volume?
In my left ear, can you turn it down a little bit?
But I can't control the sides.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Okay, so
I'll just
hang
grow
on a
up.
second.
I'll grow up hair. My bad.
Can you still hear?
I can still hear you, yeah.
Can you hear me? He can't hear me. Okay, that's him. How's that? Is that better?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask Theo, you good?
Yeah, I'm great.
All right. Coming back.
We are back with the nightcap here in Gatlinburg, and it finally looks like a nightcap as the sun has set. Playing under the lights for one last time this season. Theo Fernandez joined by Blake Biggs. And Blake, we've seen a competitive, I wouldn't use the word entertaining, but a competitive first half with
I'd
a lot
say
of defense.
entertaining.
I've been entertained.
If you like defense, this is awesome, man.
So, you know, all 3 games, or the 2 games before on this field, have followed the same kind of rhythm where slow, kind of clanky offense to start things out, and then the teams develop into a rhythm and
Just
start to get
pops,
things
yeah.
together. So, what do you think some of the adjustments we may see, or apologies, Blake is preoccupied. We're talking to all our production people.
We're good.
Apologies for the technical issues as we sort things out. It's been a long day of production here, but there's never too much football.
No.
So
Been at it since 8 in the morning, Theo.
Oh, yeah.
Even before then.
We've had some long football games. We've had 2 pretty memorable first halves. We had a QB score 3 straight touchdowns on offense and defense to tie the game, take the lead, and ice the game. Then we had a 23-point comeback victory touchdown with 4 seconds to play. So I think the only reasonable question is what unforeseen circumstances are about to hit us in this game? Stars versus Stripes, and
I guess we're flipping the field now.
guess we forgot which side we're playing on. So that buys us a little more time before the start of the action.
Yeah,
You know,
that looks right.
It's so fun thinking that, there are a lot of guys playing who may never really see the field again, right? This could be the last competitive football game that some of these guys play. So you remember, 30 minutes left, and this is a game that just means so much to some of the guys out here, and you know that everyone's going to leave it all out on the field, and I cannot be more excited for it. 6-6 game. Defenses have looked good. The Stars defense got a massive stop to end the first half. Stripes had it at the 9-yard line, got stopped as time expired. Now they look to pull ahead here, and it's going to be solid return to about the 32-yard line. missed the number on it. I believe that was Sailor Powell again, who's had
Right,
some
yeah.
big moments early
It was
on.
a David Emmanuel guy. I know for sure.
Yeah, it
Should
was,
be
it
Powell.
was
Mhm,
Sailor
yep.
Powell, David Emmanuel. Got some fun names today. We've talked about
Oh, yeah.
Sailor. We've talked about Howdy. We had Mike Tyson. We had
earlier,
We had Cashman in the first game.
Cashman,
Cashman was a fun one, so always a good time here. And the second half is about to officially get underway with the first offense, and it'll be Musser taking the first snap. Him and Caleb Burden have swapped on and off thus far, with John David Green being very excellent, really, in the backfield, but it's going to be a jet sweep handoff. Trying to cut up field is Torrance, I believe that's Torrance Cooks of River Oaks on the run.
Yeah, and that's a interesting way to try and open up this defense, try and spread them out, space them out a little bit. Jet sweep to the right side, try to get upfield, but doesn't really avail too much yardage. The defense covered it up pretty good.
So 2nd and 10 now from the far right hash. Shotgun snap. Burden. Give to John David Green, who is brought down. That's 16. We don't have a number 16 on our roster, so apologies. But tackle made by the star defender.
Yeah, and right there.
Oh, that was 15. I'm sorry. That is Jagger Scott, who's had a couple tackles already, continuing to get involved in the action.
Yeah, no, right there. The lowest man won on that one. You know, a guy like JDG, you know, he's a little bit on the shorter side when it comes to running back, but he's a very physical runner. And short guys like that, they like to get low because the lowest man always wins. That's how you beat them on defense. Get low, chop at their knees.
Well, John David Green will get it on 3rd down, and he'll once again get stuffed. Interesting decision to hand it to him on 3rd and 9. Does not go as planned. 2 Stars defenders bring him down, and a quick 3 and out for the Stripes.
Yeah, and they just tried to sweep it to the right side right there and just, you know, to no avail. The defense played a great contain, and the linebackers crashed pretty hard on that one and stuffed them on 4th, and this will be about 4th and 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
yeah, 11-12. It'll be Miles Coleman back to punt. Trying to see who the return man is. I believe the return man is Nathaniel Reese. He has an interception. He has a big return already. He's made some fun stuff happen. He will field this one cleanly. Stay on his feet. He's moving, and about a 12-yard return. Finally tackled by Powell. But Reese has his team set up in opposing territory.
yeah, and this game is starting to get a little physical on the special teams. There's a little bit of extracurricular activity. You know, the physicality, like I said, starting to ramp up a little bit, starting to get a little chippy. You can kind of see it going into the end of the first half. Both teams want this game real bad.
Oh, yeah. So Stimson, you know, this Stars team, out of the 6 teams we've seen on this field, they're the only team who's stuck with one quarterback. The Arendelle Parrott man out of the gun has not done a ton of throwing. It's been mostly ground and pound, and here he goes throwing it and has a wide open man. It's Micah Smith, catch and run, wrapped up at the 19-yard line. Tough tackle made, but Micah Smith, the East Central Patriot, has a very big gain of about 25 yards to set them up in the red zone.
Yeah, fantastic throw right there. I mean, you know, just bought time off the play action, rolled out and hit his man who was wide open in that flat, cut up field, and got some yardage, and now they're in striking distance of the end zone.
So the Stripes, you've really, you know, it's a tied game, but it feels like the Stripes have had more control over this, right? You had almost the second scoring drive a minute ago. Now at risk of falling behind. 2-back set again, Stimson. Give to the tailback. And there's a run from, apologies, that was Lofton Myers, the Arendelle Parrott back, and he's brought down by, I believe, the Pack Panther, Gage Taylor.
Yeah, solid 4 or 5 yard gain right there. Very physical run out of this formation.
It was actually, sorry to cut you off, Elijah Brown,
good.
Freedom Cowboy making the tackle.
Yeah, no,
Hard with players with multiple, same jersey number, trying to distinguish. I'd say the star on the helmet's a relatively easy one to notice.
Yeah.
But it brings up second and about 5 yards. Pitch now. And Krishawn is back in the game. And he has been so good all year. Krishawn Williams, 11 yards to put his team ahead.
Yeah, and that's perfect right there by Krishawn Williams. The offensive line, very underrated in that play. They opened up that hole for him to the left side. They pushed that D-line all the way back, and that receiver did a good blocking job of blocking off that corner and safety towards the end, and Krishawn just trots into the end zone.
Well, there's been so much of, you get that two-back set and you just go straight forward. So throwing them off with the pitch, and there wasn't even a defender who had a chance there.
And Krishawn Williams is a really good running back in space. People, he's not really had a lot of those. It's been, up the gut. He's been able to find a hole. But, off the pitch, he was able to make some room and trots in for 6.
So 2-point conversion, and looks like Krishawn will take a direct snap. He's going to run with it, and he'll find his way in through contact for 2 points. 14-6 the score now, 11-12 to play in this third quarter. We'll step aside, see if the Stripes can answer. 4 minutes into the second half. I'm Theo Fernandez on the call with Blake Biggs. Final game of the day. We've got a game going on the other field, so check that out if you get bored here. But we hope we can entertain you enough to stick around. We thank everybody who's tuned in to our broadcast right now. We see a lot of fun activity going on in the chats all day. Always a great community. And the Stripes have their first deficit of the game. They will be getting the ball back, trying to answer, and it's a short kick.
Yeah.
Could have been a dangerous situation there, but that was Decker McKenzie, Hands team, there to field it cleanly.
Yeah, that looked like a little chip shot right there. Bring out your 60 degree in the in the sand bunker. Try and just chip it up, get it long enough to where, hey, if we can recover this, we can. But put it in that awkward spot on the kickoff team. So, the kickoff team has to run up to get the ball and hopefully force a turnover. I like that. It's kind of strategic.
And if he didn't clean that, if he didn't get that fully clean, it's probably Stars ball right now. Instead, it'll be good field position for Burden and the Stripes. Burden's got Green in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers out and tight end. Snap, quick screen. Thrown, and tackle is going to be made. The pass was thrown quickly to Inman Beardsley. Plays for the Raptors. And it'll be a pickup of about 3 yards, brought down by a host of Stars defenders. We have 2 number 5s out there defensively for the team, which
Yeah. A little trippy. Well, one's from Southern, and where's the other number?
Yeah,
5?
I'm trying to recognize that other helmet, but we'll try to figure it out. And here's the handoff, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Green does. So we've got the 2 number 5s
Reese
are
and
Reese is the Eagle. Yeah, that's the logo.
A guy from Southern.
Elijah Bailey is
Elijah
the
Bailey.
Southern Christian
Okay.
Patriot, which Reese has been fantastic, I guess.
And Elijah Bailey in his own right, too. He was a big reason why Southern Christian was so good this year, He was a big reason why they made their run. The D2 runner-up.
So 3rd and 7 from the 42-yard line, trying to get into opposing territory, trying to get a scoring drive together, and Burden's going to take it up the edge, trucks a defender. Wow, he ran right through the Again, can't tell. Oh, yeah, he ran right through Reese, and Nathaniel Reese a little shaken up.
Yeah, might have been a little helmet to helmet right there. Just put his head forward, and still a great run. But Reese, credit to him. He got him down right there. It takes a man to, take a hit like that and still bring him to the ground.
Right, yeah, when Burton has that kind of momentum, he could have very easily just plowed through him and kept running.
Yeah. Have you ever taken a hit like that before?
Not on a football field.
Not on a football
field?
field?
Not on a football field.
It's not fun.
Was not allowed to play football growing up.
Oh,
which,
wow.
Kind
Unfortunate.
of spared me a lot of tough hits.
Yeah. You'll, look up and see stars. It's not fun.
So it's Burton staying in the game with Green next to him, and he will give it to Green. Trying to sell the fake. Green will get a couple yards. And I will say the swarm for this Stars defense has really started to pick up. I mean, they've just been corralling guys right at the line. So many guys in the front seven just winning the battle in the middle. Especially so for Chase Joyner and Stokes Powell in the middle. Those tackles. As Burton's going to keep it himself. An exceptional tackling by James Stott. Burton nearly got free. Stott was there. Tackle for a loss, setting up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, and you were just complimenting the O-line, but credit to the linebacking crew right there. The quarterback gets the ball in space, and the linebacking crew, just prevents anything from happening with that space and cleans it up right there. Great work.
So it's Burton, who's going to run to the staff to get some information, advice on the play. Burton with Green behind him is going to run the option, looking to pitch, keeps it himself, and lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage there. A lot of hesitation, looking for a hole to open up. It never did, thanks in part to 15 Jagger Scott, who was there to make the play.
Yeah, and right there on that play, that was what I like to call crack read option motion. Crack left side, the wide receiver tries to lay the block and get some open space for the quarterback and the running back on the option right there. But, man, the defense read it like a book. They saw the crack motion man and nailed down on it. And tough 4th down situation.
Yeah, big decision to go for it, and they're not hesitating at all. It's Burton in at QB. Green next to him. Back to pass. Has time. Delivers a ball. Had an open man, but Reese is there to make the pick.
And that's his second today.
Reese, his second interception, and that's one that Burton is going to want back. He had Noah McMahon, who had the defender beat and just really underthrew that football, allowing Reese to make the pick. And between the returns and now the 2 picks, Nathaniel Reese continues to dominate.
Yeah, Nathaniel Reese, like you said, early pick for MVP. I mean, spot on so far.
His last pick set up the first Stars touchdown. Will they get another off of his play? Look at this. We've got new man in at QB. It's Elijah Bailey, actually. He's going to take it himself and run. Elijah Bailey, he's got room to go. Finally brought down by Ezra Nobles. But Bailey, a very big play. That's how you start a drive into Stripes territory.
Yeah, and that's something Elijah Bailey has done all season. So, when he gets in the open field, he's not scared at all. He doesn't get nervous by any means. He sees that open field and is like, hey, I'm used to this. Southern Christian, Coach Scott prepped me well for this. He was phenomenal this year in open space. Hard to tackle, Elijah Bailey was.
Well, that's his first snap. Stimson's played QB all game, and now with Bailey, unlocks another element to this running game. Not that Stimson is not a capable runner in his own right. Low snap, Bailey recovers it, and This time, will not have the same result. Going to be stopped. Loss of about 1.5 yards, bringing up second down. And Stimson's going to trot back out there as Bailey comes out.
Yeah, it just looked like the offensive line just got overpowered right there by the defensive line. So kudos to the defensive line for stepping up and stuffing that QB sneak, or not QB sneak, QB design to run.
Now then to go back to the two-back set with Stimson up front. Very heavy. Second and long. Certainly looks like there'll be a run, and there's the toss to Krishan, who has about 5 yards. Going to bring up third and long, but they just continue to try to set up offense with Krishan Williams, and generally speaking, some pretty good results for the Stars.
Yeah, it looks like right here they're going to bring in Krishan Williams and Bailey. Don't be surprised if here in the next couple drives, they do a couple zone gap plays or, a couple stretch runs, try and get their running backs out in space, because we saw Krishan very good in space, and so is Elijah Bailey.
Well, third and about 7 yards. Two-back set again. Probably 4-down territory. We'll see if they run it. And they will give it to Krishan, who's got room to go. Going to fight for some yardage, but I believe this will be coming back with the holding. He's brought down, and this will turn it from 4th and short to about 3rd and probably 15 yards. Really changes things. Stimson talks to his coaching staff, trying to find a new game plan. This is the part of the field where you're very inclined to go for it, but now with it being so far back, that may change things. They're going to put it right at the 50, so.
Yeah, this is a pretty hard situation, midfield, third down.
14 yards to go here.
Yeah, not really much you can do right here except, try and, deceive the defense with a play action or some kind of pick play. Not really much you can do. Looks like the defense is going to line up in the stack and go tight.
I'd look for something in the screen game here almost. Try to pick up a couple yards and give yourselves a decision to make on 4th down. Snap. Stimson has time, delivers, and, well, he tried to follow my advice, but just could not connect with his man. That's Jed Scott, Southern Christian. This will bring out the punt team.
Yeah, the defense played up right there. They were ready for that, any kind of screen pass that was going to come their way. I feel like they kind of expected it. They played up. Their defensive line crashed pretty hard. And Stimson, in the face of pressure, delivered the ball just a little right. Just could not get that on target. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway. That cornerback was right there to seal the deal. And now they're staring at a punting situation.
This is their 5th punt of the game. They punted on each of their first 4 drives. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've punted since then, since the offense has picked up a little bit. And it's another high one that takes a Stars bounce and then is fielded. I don't think they expected him to pick it up. It was fielded by Larry Reinhardt. First time we're calling his name. And
we got some laundry on the field. Looks like it's going to be for a horse collar.
That certainly looks like. I think the Stars were really caught off guard by Reinhardt picking up that ball. I thought,
they thought he was just going to, just leave it right there, and, the special teams return was going to eat it. But, man, they got a call to go their way. It's a horse collar against the kicking team.
Yeah, and just like that, the Stripes, needing a touchdown, an offense that's really stalled out, will start in opposing territory. It's going to be Musser in at QB. 4 receivers out. Musser throws the screen. That's a backwards pass. That's a fumble. That's a live ball. That is a live football. And very, very fortunate to recover it there.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get the replay on that one here.
Yeah, we got to see this.
Yeah, looked like it may have been. Yeah, went just right behind him. Looks like he kind of made a second effort. The ball went behind his back, and he took his hand, tried to dip and get it, and it just kicked it out. Just could not control it. And Man, they're in a tough situation so far.
I mean, we just talked about it. You're starting in your opponent's territory. You're set up, and then you lose 20 yards.
Now you're staring at second in Memphis from here, man.
Yeah. Between you and Simon, we've talked about just about every Tennessee town on a second and third and long. There's a snap, and this screen is completed. And it's not going to have much of an impact. It was completed to Frapp, and Nathaniel Reese continues to have a busy day making the stop there. So third down and about 26 yards to go. Not great odds of converting this. Wonder how aggressive you get with John David Green. May elect to just run this ball out and set up a punt. Stripes really need something offensively, and they will do so. They will give it to John David Green, who will stumble for about 4 yards, and out comes the punt team. 4th and 22 on deck. "12 minutes into this third quarter. You know, the Stripes offense that looked so good to start this game has really just completely stagnated, and I bet they're looking back at that first drive, the fumble on the 8-yard line, and probably kicking themselves now with how the offense has evolved since then. Kick is up, it is away, and it is pretty good. It takes a good bounce as well, and Reese wanted to make a play on it, but probably wisely steps away, so Stars will have a long way to go as they try to take a 2-score lead. Clock continues to run as had some clock issues today.
So Theo, I challenge you to name every state being represented in this game.
Every state being in this game or just this game?
Just this game.
Okay, so we've got Florida,
Yeah.
Louisiana,
Louisiana.
both Carolinas,
North and South, yes.
Georgia,
Alabama.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I said Louisiana.
Yeah.
I said both Carolinas. Yeah, it's got to be someone from Cincy. I'll say Ohio, so we're at 8. And get back. We'll keep counting after this play. So there's the pitch to Krishan, and another semi-successful. It looked like he'd have more than he actually did. He is forced out of bounds. So I'm at 8 states right now. I don't know if I've got anything else for you.
Mississippi, that's not.
Oh, yeah, Mississippi.
Russell, they're from
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Where's Lawrence Academy?
South Carolina.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
what about the other one that I hadn't seen was Geneva Knights
That's Florida.
and Brunswick Academy?
Virginia.
So
that's
you're right,
10.
there's 10, okay.
Yeah.
10 and probably an 11th we're missing somewhere. No Kansas City players in this game. A lot of KC today. And here's the 2 halfback I-form snap. Fake pitch, and there's the give to McMinn. McMinn has room to run. McMinn goes for 15 yards before finally being stopped by Larry Reinhardt, whose name we've actually called a couple times recently now.
Yeah, let's see the replay right here. I love this little fake pitch, fullback belly dive right there. And he can move. Big boy can move in open space. And gets a good 10, 11-yard gain right there for the first down.
It's a two-headed monster, man. 2 running backs that you said have won player of the week. And,
yeah.
Obviously, Krishan Williams has just been so good. But then we have the ever-present threat of McMinn. And I really like the halfback tailback look because it gives you so many different options. He can fake pitches. He can run, read options. There's so much he can do, and it's really giving the Stripes defense some fits. Here they're going to fake to both of them, and they're going to throw, and it's a strike. Busted coverage, wide open. The connection, touchdown, Stars. Pierce Jackson goes untouched for 6.
Yeah, that's a great play right there as we see the replay. Just fakes it to the running back and just hits his man deep down the middle. Perfect play right there. That was awesome.
Best throw of the day for Stimson, right on the money. Didn't You know,
That was a perfect pass.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
wide
just-
open.
it was beautiful.
You
and
can't get any more open than that.
the Stripes are starting to fall apart a little bit here, which not how we thought it would go after those first couple drives. You know, 4 straight punts for the Stars, and now their offense is unstoppable. And they're once again, and I love this look on the 2-point conversion. Just going to go with Williams and McMinn. Don't even need a QB here, and Williams trying to find a corner, and they actually were able to stop him there. So it stays a 14-point game, 20-6, 1:50 to play in this third quarter. We'll return, see if the Stripes can finally wake up their dormant offense.
Yeah, that's their mascot. I was kind of making jokes about
And we're back.
All right, we are back here, 1:50 to play. Blake, what is it going to take for the Stripes to get their offense rolling here?
You know, I really don't know. I really think they need to just go through the air because they do have talented quarterback play, but they can't be gunning it deep like they have been doing here recently.
There's the squib type
Fumble.
kick. It's a fumble, but it was recovered. Quick reaction by 23. That's Charles Grizafi. Struggling with the name. The Wilkinson County Christian product makes the play.
Oh, that's another Mississippi team, Wilkinson County. I believe that's like a 9-hour drive from here.
So I think we've landed at 10 states for this game, right?
Yeah, I think 10 is the final number for this game.
And then I guess the other states we've got are, we said Ohio, so. Is there any Kentucky around here? Is there any?
Don't believe there's Kentucky.
That's one that you'd think would get someone, right? Relatively close.
Well, hopefully soon.
I digress. As Burden takes the snap. Going to go with the screen, and that's just incomplete. Struggling. You know, Torrance Cooks, the River Oaks product, unable to corral that. You know, there probably wasn't a huge game awaiting him, but 2nd and 7 is a whole lot better than 2nd and 10. And the fans voicing their frustrations as the Stripes offense has just gone dead. You know, I'm a little confused. Now, you'd think Graham Russell would get into the game in a bigger capacity. Instead, they're just going to go back to the screen game. This one to Green, who is just mobbed. I mean, they're swarming him. That's Tate Ballard and Nathaniel Reese combining on the tackle, bringing up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and solid swing pass right there. Just cannot get, much upfield. That's one thing I will say about this defense. They've been pretty good sideline to sideline on defense. They haven't really allowed much, again, like sideline to sideline horizontally to bust open and cause any havoc.
Here's the snap for Burton. And they got him to jump. So 5 free yards makes 3rd and long a lot easier. Maybe the break the Stripes needed. Just the jump, I believe that was 42 Ward Howdy, who just got a little overzealous, and ball be placed right at midfield now, just 4 yards away from the marker.
Yeah, and this kind of changes your drive a little bit. This becomes, hey, maybe if we don't get this, we punt right here. No, now this is a 4-down territory.
Now, barring a sack, they will be going for it on 4th down. Out of the gun. Snap, Burden, he'll take it himself, and we can forget about 4th down because he's got the 1st down. Finally brought down by Ballard, but he will move the chains inside the 45.
Yeah, no, right there, as we see, Burton's been doing that all year, and he's been really successful at real life. He's very shifty. He can cut very easily side to side and cut upfield very efficiently. Quick runner, and, you know, whoever gets this cat at the next level is going to have themselves a heck of a runner and a heck of an arm.
Now Ethan Musser back in the game for one of the final plays of this third quarter. 25 seconds. In the gun. Green next to him. Musser. Back to throw. Lobs this one up. High ball. It's picked off. It's robbed and picked off. It's 51. Caleb Causey. He is going. Green is finally able to knock him down. Big pick. He just wrestled it away from the receiver and took it 40 yards to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's a fantastic return right there as we see the interception. What a block right there by the return man. See if we can get a number on him. But, hey, way to set up the return right there on that block.
Caleb Causey from the Geneva Knights. That's a grown man play. It'll actually be spotted at the 20. And I looked for a second like he was gone, and then Green was able to do some damage control by catching up to him. But that's just a ball that Musser just lofted too much and shouldn't have allowed him to make that play. Now potential knockout punch here. First down. Stimson will be brought down. That'll end the third quarter. Stripes, number 14, that's Caden Vanderberg making the play. But that will do it for this third quarter. 20-6, Stars in control. We'll see if anything changes. Fourth quarter of action here. Final game of the day. This has been a very, very fun one. So Stimson going to throw on that one. Just a little short. So you look at the defenses in this game. I'm not mistaken. The Stripes have thrown 4 picks today.
Yeah, I believe so.
2 for Causey and 2 for Nathaniel Reese.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Each have a pair.
Yeah, what's it called? What do they call it? No-fly zone? Yeah, that defense is the no-fly zone today.
No-fly zone anywhere. And hard to win a game when you turn it over that many times. But if you can get a stop, you're still in it. It's 3rd and 10. Stimson with 2 backs behind him. There's the pitch to his teammate, who has the block, has the leverage, has the first down. Big run for Braxton Lofton-Myers.
And took out the chain guys right there.
Yeah, what did they do,
they're
man?
okay.
They're just out there trying to get their free hoodie for running the chains. And next thing you know, you got a football player running right at you.
Good enough for 1st and goal.
Well, obviously I'm never going to say that a game is over after what I saw a few games ago. But
oh, yeah.
This would really go a long way towards starting to put this game away if you can get 6 here. Stimson gets the play from the staff. I don't see much of a reason to put this ball in the air, Blake.
Yeah, no, I'd just leave this ball on the ground, run this out, run the clock down, and, just try and punch this in. No reason to do anything risky right here.
It's McMinn and Lofton Myers, the two guys in the backfield. And they are going to try to put this ball in the air, and the stripes are there.
Fumble.
Did they knock that ball out? I do believe they did. No, they are going to rule. Yeah, they're going to rule him down by contact. Stimson. See if we can get a look at that. I don't think we can, but very, very good pursuit.
McMahon on the sack.
Not sure. It was Noah McMahon from Real Life Christian Academy who recorded the sack, and well, that's very much negated. Oh, offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct, unnecessary roughness penalties, rather. So,
It'll be second down.
no result there, but second and goal from the 15. 14 minutes to go, and it's a much-needed defensive stop on first down for this Stripes defense. Back against the wall, going against a team that's really been able to just run it all over them all game. You got to just put up, get the stop, and give your offense a chance to go do something. I know they've struggled, but that's the opportunity you have right now.
Yeah, and it all starts up front. You got to get your offensive line to be physical and just push. Push, push, push.
So again, Lofton Myers and McMinn, the two backs. They're going to go to throw again, and Stimson's hit on the release. That ball is incomplete. He took a shot. Stimson slow to get up, but does so.
Yeah,
Now it's third and long, and you really have to throw it here.
Yeah, but right there, he got nailed from the weak side by the edge rusher right there. Just beat that tackle and just nailed him in the back. All was seconds away from getting the strip.
So McMinn, we talked about, I don't know why you wouldn't keep it on the ground here. And then they throw it 2 times in a row, and the result not great. With their QB getting hit on back-to-back plays. So now third down and goal from the 15. Going to go to the shotgun with McMinn behind him. Got 4 receivers out wide. What do you dial up? Takes another shot in the hands of the defensive back. That was a free pick that they just could not corral. Trying to see who that was. I believe that was Eli Carr.
Yeah, well, looks like we got an injury on the field. Looks to be pretty serious.
Eli Carr, the Freedom Cowboy. And yeah, that is unfortunately an injury. Stimson is down. I mean, he's gotten hit 3 consecutive plays. Just taking shots out there, and
he's up and walking, so that's good.
Able to run off the field, but now on fourth down, got to bring in someone else, and they will turn to Elijah Bailey.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit in the ribs right there. May have just knocked, hopefully his breath just got knocked out of him, and he takes a break and gets to feeling better. But
yeah, you see him just trying to walk
he
it
is
off
walking
right
around.
now. So Bailey will actually stay out of the game, and they will attempt a field goal. This would make it a 3-score game. This one from 32 yards. It'll be Braden Jerkins on the kick. We've seen a lot of blocked kicks today. We've seen trouble blocking for these offenses, and this would make it a 3-score game. Snap, hold, kick is up, and
good.
yeah, he splits the uprights. There we go. So that's a 23-6 game. No, makes Andrew, our director over there, a very happy man to see a kick go through.
Yeah.
So 13:37 to play, and it is a 17-point game. Man, yeah, Carr really wanted that pick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have really, helped turn the tide on things. Instead,
Yeah.
a lot of heavy lifting needs to be done, but we just saw
There's still
crazy
time.
We've seen 2 comebacks in the fourth quarter today.
There's still time. I wouldn't put it past, considering the 2 other games before this, the endings of those. Still plenty of time.
You also got to recognize these are extremely talented players out there.
Yeah.
We've seen the success, maybe not throwing the ball, but the success that Caleb Burton's had running the ball, and we know that Ethan Mustard's capable of some deep shot strikes. So. You had 2 really successful drives early in the game. Can you get back to that? This is going to be fielded by number 23 for the Stripes. That is once again Charles Grizafi, who's kind of been the hands guy for this team on special teams. Going to start around, I think they're going to spot it about, let me see where they're going to spot it. I believe around the 30, or the 41-yard line, so excellent field position. Got to go down and get a quick score to set the tone, and then, then we can be on comeback watch. Burden with Green next to him. It's been the tandem all day that's had success on the ground. Back to throw. Burden survives one hit, can't survive the other. It's cleaned up there by who else? Nathaniel Reese continues his sensational game.
Yeah, good job right there by the defense. Just filling in those inside gaps, A gaps, B gaps, and just not allowing any room for him to run and get out. And looks like he got tripped up towards the end. And good job on the defense to clean that up, because looks like he was about to get back on his feet and run for 5 more, but clean that up, and now they're standing at 2nd and long.
I believe Reese now has 2 interceptions and 2 sacks. Just a fantastic day. Potential MVP. There's the handoff to Green, and they've had his number after a really strong first quarter for Green. He's just not getting the same holes he used to be, partly because the Stars don't really fear the passing attack of the Stripes anymore.
Yeah, no, absolutely not at all. Just having a hard time getting the ball off, it seems like. Again, with 4 turnovers in the air, again, lockdown defense, you're kind of hesitant to pass the ball, put it up there for grabs.
Burden going to hand it off to Green, and you're completely right. Like, it is 3rd and 15 in the 4th quarter, and we're running the football.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're going to go for this 4th down here at this stage in the game.
That's 4th in a country mile.
Well, apparently no. We're punting the ball down 3 scores with 12 minutes to play.
Maybe trying to force a turnover off the punt?
Not a decision I agree with at all. I also didn't agree with the 3rd down handoff. So we're in an all-star game. Why are we playing conservatively? The guys have some fun out there, but instead it will be Miles Coleman out to punt. See what he can do. Maybe a potential fake. Nope, he will just boot it away, and it's a line drive. Takes a high bounce and fielded.
Yeah.
By,
great special teams play
by
right there.
Reese once again, who is tackled. And
yeah, good little ankle tackle right there. Nothing crazy, just clean. Take his feet out and just bring him to the ground, You take out the foundation, the tower will fall.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't catch the number on who made the tackle, but excellent play nonetheless.
I believe it was number 4 for real life, I believe.
Yeah, that was Noah McMahon. You are correct, who was there to make the play. So Stars can just about officially ice this one with a touchdown here. See if the Stripes defense has a stop in them. There's the snap. And there's the give to Lofton Myers, who doesn't have much. Lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Look, one thing I can appreciate about this offense is the 8-man front. That's awesome, dude. How often do you see that?
Not often.
I feel like I got to tune into an Iowa game to see that, or some kind of Big Ten, like Midwest.
Does feel very Iowa-ish. Maybe they got some recruiters watching this game. Scouts, as they're called.
I know that's a very niche little thing, but I can appreciate it. Real football knowers know. Good
to see that that Stimson is back in the game after all the hits he took, and he gives the ball up, and there is a very big run. The hesitation, and what a play from Mason Mooring. First time we've called his name, but that's another Arendelle Parrott guy there, and
Yeah.
it's a very big rush, and you see he's going here. He reaches the 40, and he just stops, and that little, hezzy gets him another 5 yards. So as we approach the 10-minute mark, we have another very big drive from the Stars as they look to put this football game away.
Yeah, and it looks like he flipped the field on that one. Looks like he was on, around his own 35, and then he flipped to the other team's own 35 with that.
Yeah.
Fantastic physical run right there.
Lofton Myers and McMinn in the backfield. There's the give to McMinn, and they're running wherever they want.
Yeah.
Just so many guys getting in on the fun here, and the rushing attack is just unstoppable. Long day for this Stripes front seven. We're under 9.5 to play here in the final game of the day. We thank everyone who's tuned in, whether this is your first game, whether you've been with us all 3 games, through some of the technical difficulties earlier, through the incredible fourth quarter we saw in the 1 o'clock game, to what's been an entertaining ground and pound game for the Stars here. Here's Stimson. Fake pitch. He's going to give it back to the big guy, back to Mason Mooring, who has another solid gain and a first down.
Yeah, and one thing I don't know if you noticed this, Theo, but the offense is playing with the defense right now. It's so funny to watch because whenever the defense crashes the gap, the offense runs right outside. But whenever the defense plays contain with their linebackers, the offense hits the hole with their running backs, the Cryshawn and whoever else they got.
Stimson. Give to Lofton Myers, who is going to spin, and we got a flag on the play. And, we got some fighting out in the far corner, and that was something as.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a rattled player.
Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a flag.
No. Well, there's some flags on
Ethan. That was Ethan Musser who's. No, so it was Larry Reinhardt who was involved in the play. Got kind of thrown down on the ground by Pierce Jackson, and yeah, it looks like they will back the Stars up 15 yards for that. Just completely away from the play. I only caught the tail end of it, but in a game like this, you just want to see clean football, man.
Yeah.
You want to see everyone just.
You don't want to see any physicality or hurt feelings. It's nothing personal. It's just an all-star game.
So they were assessed 2 penalties.
Yeah.
So 2 separate incidents, because I think one of them was right on the play, and then the other one was that one in the end zone. So.
And that's a drive killer, man.
After the penalty, it'll be first down and 35.
First
and 35.
Wow.
Yeah, first and River, first and Memphis, first in a while.
So from the 40, you got to get all the way to the 5-yard line for a first down. So it's basically first and goal from the 40. Stimson. Handoff. Fake, actually, to Lofton Myers, and
another flag.
He's going to be sacked. We have another flag. This could be a hold that gives us first and at the end we get another flag away
looks
from.
Looks like unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, so
those may offset.
Your guess is as good as mine. I believe we had a hold on the offense and an unsportsmanlike on the defense, but we will find out very shortly. .7:48 to play in this one, 23-6.
Correction, 14 is Vandenberg.
Waiting for
Thanks, guys.
the refs to give us something here. A lot of deliberation trying to figure out how to fairly assess this. Snap this ball from the 40. Believe this could be backed up even further. All right, ref gonna give us a decision. Hold on the offense. Hold on the defense, so we should just go back where we started. Yeah, so hold on each team. Or no, a hold and then an unsportsmanlike.
So I believe.
It's a 5-yard gain for the offense because 10 versus 15.
Yeah.
So from
The same
first and
position.
35 to first and 30. Who knows what will happen on this play? Stimson in the shotgun. Snap, swing pass to Lofton Myers. Lofton Myers has room to run, get some blocks inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. And that's a good little play to chip away at the massive battle in front of them to get the first down.
Yeah, I like that play right there. That's a little wheel and swing right there. He wheels out and then swings right back in for his offensive line, looks for the blocks, and cuts upfield for a solid yard. A solid yards, let me say, the plural version of that.
Yeah, officially an 8-yard gain, so good little start. And now we've gone from first and 35 to second and 22. So now it's just like he took a normal sack, so the situation's gotten a little better. And we're back to 2 backs there. There's the give to Mooring, and Mooring has some room to run, getting a couple. Going to make it third and about, we'll say it's down to 16 now. 6:20 to play. Time quickly leaving this game.
Theo, do you think they pull another field goal right here?
Why not? I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it doesn't really do much for you from a game perspective at this point, the 3 points, but let the guy kick.
Oh, yeah.
You know, one of the controversies down the stretch of the last game was you had a chance to kick a field goal, go ahead. It was a blown lead for the Stars, and had a chance to ice the game with the field goal, elected to go for it, and got stuffed, allowing the comeback to happen. And there's a run by McMinn, who's going to get him to the 12. So now it's 4th down, and it appears we're headed for another. I actually don't know about that.
A little bit of chippiness right there. May have to be a little meeting at that part of the field. Say, hey, guys, calm down. We got 5 minutes left. Let's just hold it together until then.
Well, the signal still says 3rd down. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or if there's something that we've missed. Clock stopped at 5:29 for now as the refs talk. Didn't see a flag on the ground.
They're just going to go to the sideline and talk it out. Not sure if this is a timeout or what's going on here.
And offsetting penalties again. So it will remain 3rd down.
So it's like that last play did not matter.
No.
As we got the
Or never mind the last. So it's just after the result of the play because they're ruling
Okay.
it 4th down. So offsetting penalties after the play will give us another field goal attempt. This is a 35-yarder, so longer than an NFL extra point. Would be the 2nd longest field goal we've seen today behind the 45-yarder kicked last game. Jerkins' kick is up, and that one
just
will
short.
be a little off the mark. So under 5 minutes to play, remains a 17-point game. We had a grand total of 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in that drive, and 0 points.
0 points. And I believe they grinded away 6 minutes.
Yeah, so from that perspective, I'd say absolute win for the Stars, you know.
Yeah.
The Stripes, it's got to be really disheartening. You get to the 8-yard line your first drive. You get in the end zone your second drive, and I don't think you've been back in the red zone since. Actually, no, because you had that last drive of the first half where you were at the 8.
And didn't kick the field goal.
Yeah, which in hindsight wouldn't have mattered, but a touchdown would have probably affected the way we view this game right now. So it's Musser back in at QB, and
looks like they called the running back for offsides.
Yeah, just
or false start, excuse me.
I was on Green, who just, moved early, and that little twitch is enough to get the flag thrown. So let's just turn into a very penalty-filled game after I was honestly thinking that it was the cleanest of the 3 games we've seen here today, and they decided to prove me wrong with this.
This might be the most penalties I've seen during the All-American series.
Just the day in general?
Just today, yeah.
Yeah, it's been all 3 games, which you expected in the Rising Stars. You don't expect all this after the play stuff. You don't expect all this conduct and unnecessary roughness. They're just going to go to the QB keeper here, and it is hung onto by Caleb Burden, who that's about 12 yards, bringing up 2nd and 2, and he's brought down by Scott for the Stars.
Yeah, solid play right there. Took a big lick towards the end, and
Jagger Scott is a hard-hitting football player.
Yeah, and he was the one who laid that hard block on the interception return.
Yeah. So Burden going to take it again, and this time he has the first down, moving the chains as we come up on a pass, or they will finally stop the clock at 4:02. So we're coming up on 4 minutes to play. 23-6. If you're gonna generate some kind of comeback, you got to do it quickly. But I think if I'm the Stripes right now, I'd be content with maybe running a normal offense, 4-minute drill, just getting one last drive going. End the game with something to feel good about, get in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to end on a positive note just to go out on something good.
Here's the handoff to Green, and I thought that Green was going to rush for about 150 yards after those first couple of drives. I mean, he was everywhere, and they've
and another flag.
Gotten much better at clamping it, and then we've got Gage Taylor, the Pack Panther, celebrating.
I think there's some just good sportsmanship, just some joking going on down in the field right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's taking it all that seriously right now down the stretches. We know it's going to happen, but
just look at their body language, man. This is I'm glad they're making the most out of this opportunity.
It's funny to say this is just about the only normal football game we've had today, right? Where nothing crazy stands out, but hey, it's still football. And it's also, let me say, a beautiful night for it.
Yeah, beautiful night. It's crisp.
Great weather. I feel like I'm back home in New York watching this. And here's the handoff. They're getting other guys involved now. That was Colby Harrison, and we've called his name a couple times today, but he hasn't had a very active role. And the run game just isn't open. The pass game has obviously been a struggle with the 4 interceptions. Just not the best offensive day you'll ever see, but there are some ballers on this Stars defense. We've called Nathaniel Reese's name a lot. I think he would be my pick for MVP.
Yeah.
If as the game unwinds, we'll see who actually gets it.
2 picks and 2 sacks, didn't he?
Yes.
If he isn't MVP, he should definitely be defensive player.
Oh, defensive player. Although
should be a lock.
Caleb Causey had 2 picks as well, but I think Reese has just been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been a monster.
Hey, Reese also had a very big punt return too.
He did, yeah.
He's doing a bit of everything. Just the swing pass and. Not much on this play. Oh, the ball is knocked out. Stripes were able to recover it as Dylan Spears. Dylan Spears is a very, very talented tight end.
Yeah.
We saw him ball out in August here. He's a really flashy player for the Tennessee Tigers. And
yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see more of Spears and Graham Russell today.
Coming in.
Oh.
We were kind of cut short pre-show because of the quick turnaround for games, but I was going to talk about how I expected big things out of those two Tennessee Tiger receivers, and the pass game obviously just was not there today. And so I guess if you're looking at an MVP, you could say Reese. Reese would probably be my pick. You could also say let the whole line split it almost. I mean, those guys have just been so good today.
Underrated at times.
Credit to the big boys. With 58 seconds left, we'll keep it here with you right now as we prepare to wrap up the broadcast and wrap up the night. It's always a pleasure getting down here for some All-American football, Blake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to return here. Of course, I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to play in one of these games, 2021. I know that's forever ago, and a lot of people ask me all the time, like, hey, what were the dinosaurs like? But, yeah, to see the growth that it has had, it used to just be one game. Now it's 5, which is insane to think about, and the talent pool has really grown. And, for these small schools and, players for these small programs, being able to come here and get the recognition they deserve is just awesome.
We had the Battle for 2027 wrap up a minute ago. Is going to run a screen pass, and Stripes have some room to maneuver. That pass goes to Andrew Cole of Russell Christian. So this is the final game of the day, which is wrapping up, and the clock will stop briefly there, but we have had a fantastic day. Clock stopped at 52 seconds, and we thank all 218 of you who are with us right now. We've had a pleasure bringing you guys coverage. So many very talented players, there's great stories out here, guys, who've left it all on the field, and love that we get to come here and give these guys one last opportunity in many cases to play the sport that they love, the sport they have played their whole life, as the Stars take over for the final drive. We'll likely see 1 or 2 run plays and then just, allowing the clock to run out. Although you never know. The way they're running it, they could break anything for a touchdown. There's Braxton Lofton-Myers, probably his last touch of the day. He's been good, too. I mean, the three-headed monster of Lofton-Myers, McMinn, and then I guess another very strong MVP candidate, as the comments are pointing out, would be Krishawn Williams. He's just had a fantastic day, so that will do it. That is the last play of the game here. 23-6, your final score. It's been a pleasure bringing you guys football coverage, and shout out Team Stars going on, just dominating this football game. It really looked like something that could be competitive. It was tied 6-6 in the first half, and then just roll out and shut down the Stripes offense down the stretch. Really fun game. Stimson took some hits, had a gritty performance. This was just one of the most fundamentally sound second halves you will see. So we're about to see the trophy presentation where they will announce the players of the game. Blake, do you have those? Do you have the players of the game?
I do not. I do not have that list with me. Sorry.
Thinking
I just ran in.
Might have gotten the players of the game, but
actually, hang on. Yeah, he sent it to me.
I was going to say, I thought James texted you. So why don't you announce them for our viewers?
Yeah, so on defensive, it's actually co-defensive. So we have 2. We have Reese and Clausey are the MVPs on the defensive side. Offensive is Krishawn Williams. I mean, no.
That sounds perfectly
no doubt
fair
about
with
it.
me, right?
And overall, Chris Stimson, the quarterback
from
Arundel Parrott, leads his team. So North Carolina, very well represented right here.
A lot of, and hey, when you each pick off 2 passes, I'd say co-defensive MVPs is very well deserved. So
well deserved.
Congratulations to all those players, and congratulations to everybody who participated in our 5 games here in an action-packed day and a great football town that is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We thank James Shannon and all of the people who have made these broadcasts possible. Another fantastic year of coverage on 8-Man Extreme. Obviously, we're not going away. You guys know we'll be active on social media and throughout the off season. And, hey, the road to 2026 begins now, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It should be an exciting 2026 season. You know, we have a lot of rising stars coming back, and, you know, this is going to be the first full season with the new ranking system. Well, actually, second full season with the new ranking system. I know it kind of dropped as a surprise this past season, but got a lot of people talking about that. We'll see.
Are you going to be running those again?
We'll see. Yeah.
Well, that all depends on if we can get you out of this town alive, right, without people coming after you for your rankings this year.
Well, it's not me. It's a computer, but, you know, it's
someone's got to take the blame, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the blame.
Can't beat up a computer, you know. Go vent to ChatGPT about the rankings if you don't agree with them. But we thank you all for tuning in one last time. 23-6 your final. For all the production crew and Blake Biggs, I'm Theo Fernandez, wishing you all a fantastic night.